Hello and welcome to day 17 of the Beer Jug Advent Calendar. I'm Luke.
And I'm Joe.
And today we're drinking the Invisible Runner.
Yeah, by Southpaw Brewing out of Christchurch. We're pretty big fans of Southpaw Brewing, aren't we?
We are very big fans. I've never been to Southpaw. You have me though.
I've never been to Christchurch.
So it's Cam, who's the co-founder and brewer there. And who else do we know there?
Hayden, the
Cheers.
sales rep.
Seem like wonderful people, but we've just realised we've actually never met them in real life. So they're kind of like the invisible runners of our beer friends.
Yeah.
We should probably pop down and see you at some point, or if you're in Auckland, come and see us, because kind of strange that we're massive fans of your beers and we don't know you. But they do some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, interesting stuff, and also just really, really solid stuff. That's part of why I sort of first became a fan of theirs was during lockdown when we were sending out more beer than we could bring in. We did a Southpaw mix pack, and it was just their core range beers, and every single one was just such a fantastic example.
I remember, we just pulled this box together and we're just trying them all.
Yeah, it's like one of the best pilsners I'd had, and one of the best pale ales I'd had, and since being back in New Zealand. And yeah, just after that, sort of every time we wanted a beer of the week or we're doing a mix pack, we're always hitting those guys up. I think they said we're their only customer in the North Island, possibly.
Okay.
So yeah, lucky Christchurch, getting to drink some fantastic examples of everyone's favourite styles.
And there are some breweries, like with this box that we've curated, we're always talking about, like one of our favourite breweries. There are some breweries who we just trust, and often, like especially for our Beer of the Week subscription, which is the same as this, only happens all year, and it's each Thursday night. It's pretty important that we choose really good beers, and the beers that are in that box, they might be divisive, it might not be to your taste, but the beer will be an excellent example of its style. It will not be faulted, it will be really good. And there are some breweries like, I don't know, if 8 Wired give us a call and say, hey, we've got a Saison coming out next month, it's like, okay, they're gonna have nailed it. Or if Garage Project get in touch about a new IPA they've made. And so there are some breweries that everything they put out, we know is gonna be great. And there are other breweries who are like, well, send us a sample, it'd be cool to try. And yeah, these guys, Southpaw, haven't had a bad beer.
They don't miss.
Yeah, don't miss. That's probably some sort of sports terminology.
Which Southpaw means a left-hander.
Good segue, yeah. In the world of boxing.
Yeah.
If you lead with your
so like I think their hazy pale is quick pitch. Their red IPA is riding pine, which I think in baseball is to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of sort of American sports references, which maybe Cam has an American accent, and I should know that.
He might be American, yeah. Who knows? The mystery. We just, email one another and occasionally read his tweets. So Invisible Runner is related to baseball. It's when something happens at second base and someone goes round the baseball pitch doing baseballs. So I don't know about sports, but I know about rice lager. Which is one of the most popular styles in the world, thanks to Asahi, one of the absolutely biggest breweries in the world. So you've got these Japanese mega breweries, you've got Kirin, you've got Asahi, and interestingly, Kirin is owned by Mitsubishi, who also own Lion, who also own Emerson's and Panhead. So it's kind of strange to think about these breweries that employ wonderful New Zealand people and hard-working people making beers, but it's owned by a Japanese manufacturing car company at the end of it.
And electronics, really.
Well, they do everything, including,
Stephen Fleming ads for heat pumps and...
Is he a sports person?
He was,
Back to sports. Sports chat with Joe and Lou.
A Southpaw.
So, rice lager is a super popular style. That's your Japanese crisp dry lager. That is just so drinkable, and it's so light. Thanks to the addition of rice is used in place of some of the malt bill, that just gives you an incredibly dry beer. So by dry, that's the opposite of sweet. Super light bodied, super light in colour. and just smashable. It's the sort of beer that if you want to be mass producing beer, then that is what you want to be making. The sort of cousin of it is corn lager, which is what beers like Bud Light are, where they use corn in place of rice. But similarly, it's using an adjunct that's high in sugar, and it just ends up with a beer that's super light-bodied, and you can drink 20 of them in a sitting without getting sort of bloated or overly full. Which I suppose links in nicely to the low carb vibe.
Yeah, so this one, I don't know if all rice lagers are low carb. This one...
well, they're normally very dry, but yeah, not technically maybe low carb.
Yeah, so this one's 2 grams per 100 ml. So yeah, pretty low carb.
What is a carb?
Carbohydrate, you know what that is. That's all you eat.
You hate a lot of carbs. Yeah. I don't know why people hate carbs. You hate so many carbs. But having a low carb beer is important for like people that are
just
cutting down on carbs because they're on Atkins diet, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just trying to, I suppose, in a way, limit calories as well. Although alcohol contains calories.
Yeah.
But I guess if your glass of beer is 2 slices of bread versus 1, then if you're trying to lose weight or something, you would pick the 1. So beers like this, offering that sort of full flavor, lovely, not just like a plain rice lager. This one's loaded up with Galaxy hops, so you get that lovely sort of, it's almost like a light cold IPA in a way. Just super crisp base, but still that sort of tropical, little bit of citrusy hop going on.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a whole trend for just heavily hop lagers and cold IPAs that have a lot of crossover, and this is in that world. It's a very hoppy lager.
Yeah.
And before, when I was speaking about rice lagers and these conglomerates in Japan that are making these huge amounts, I wasn't necessarily speaking disparagingly. It's a very, very impressive thing to be able to make such a huge volume of beer that is so appealing to so many people. And just having a lager that's really dry, really crisp is really a delicious thing. But it's not the sort of beer I would really want to drink, unless it was maybe I was eating some really rich food and it might be a nice thing to accompany it. But when I'm drinking a beer, generally I want a fuller flavoured beer, which this hits the nail on the head.
It does, yeah.
With all those Galaxy hops. Yeah. It's kind of the best of both. Easygoing smashable pilsner.
Yeah.
Some interesting hops in there. You probably paired this with some sticky Japanese food, hey?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, when do I drink rice lager? It's usually like 2 a.m. on K Road.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Some skewers.
Yeah, some sort of sweet and salty kind of vibe. Maybe fried, karaage chicken or something like that. Yeah, just a lovely smashable beer for a day not as cold as this Sunday morning.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday drinking this. This is definitely Sunday morning at the Fridge and Flagon. We definitely haven't just drank a barley wine and a grape sour and are now drinking this in quick succession. That's not what happened. Southpaw, fantastic beer. As always, they're always great.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And cheers.
Cheers to you.